come in, sir?
Yes, please. Have a seat, Miss Aruj.
Thank you.
Aruj, my name is Muhammad Farhan Khan, and I welcome you to British Council's IELTS speaking test. Before going to the formal test, let me explain you the three important segments of IELTS. In the beginning, you are supposed to introduce yourself, and I may question something about yourself or some questions related to your future endeavors. Secondly, you will be offered a cue card, or you can say that a task card, where there will be given a complete task on which you have to speak about 3 minutes, and there will be some instructions regarding to that task, that on which aspects you have to speak. In the third segment, you are supposed to answer the questions which I may ask something about yourself and some questions related to your tasks. So are you comfortable?
Yes, I am.
So we may start the test.
Sure.
Aruj, kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is Aruj Bhatt, and I am 23 years old. I am from Lahore, which is the capital of Punjab, Pakistan.
That's it. Okay, tell us something about your academic background.
I have done a bachelor's in computer science from
great.
University of Lahore, which is located on the Defence Road, Ravid side. And
do you have any experience regarding your studies, for example, your practical experience regarding computer sciences?
any sort of
Institution or organization you joined as a volunteer or as a trainer?
Yes, I have been an instructor in a coaching center where I used to teach the students of intermediate and metric.
Okay, Aruj, let us tell that what kind of music do you like?
Actually, it depends upon my mood. Sometimes if I prefer to listen fast beat music, pop, rock, jazz, and sometimes I prefer to listen very slow and soft music.
Okay, what time of the day you have decided to this kind of activity that you are engaged in listening music, or it is something a random kind of a thing that you find some time and just use this activity?
Actually, I am a working woman, so I prefer to listen this music on weekends when I get proper time.
Would you like to put some light on which kind of songs in Pakistani music do you like?
It depends upon the generation factor. Younger generation has the liking of eccentric music, loud music, whereas
But what do you prefer?
I prefer mostly
Pakistani music.
traditional Sufi. Very
It means you like Rahat Fateh Ali Khan.
Yes,
You
I like
Sajjad Ali,
Parveen.
After Parveen. That's great. Okay, just last question. Do you think that all children should learn to play musical instruments in the environment or the traditional condition of Pakistan? Is it something like that?
It is not mandatory, but I suggest every child that you should learn some kind of musical instrument. For example, guitar or piano or anything.
That's great. I think it would create a sense of aesthetic. Aruj, in part 2, you are supposed to discuss something on a task card which will be provided to you. The most important thing is that it is a task related to judge your ability to speak on some, you can say that a sudden thing. So there is a task. May I just read the task for you, for your convenience, that describe a shop near where you live that you sometimes use, a shop near to your house where you used to buy things related to your daily use. What is needed to explain in your answer that what sort of products or services it sells. Number 2, what the shops look like, the overall structure, the exterior and the interior of the shop. And number 3, its location, where it is located. And lastly, you have to explain what kind of things you used to buy. will give you 1 complete minute to write down or brainstorm something related to all these points, and after that you have to speak about 3 complete minutes.
The place or the shop I'm going to talk about is a departmental store. It is a departmental store where it sells
All kind of grocery.
yes, grocery items, food and beverages, and you can have everything from electronic devices to cosmetic devices to cosmetic things and bakery items as well. And secondly, it is very near to my home. I can go a 10-minute walk, and it comprises of a very long building, 3 to 4 story building, and with a very modern architecture. And interior, the shop interior is quite modern and sophisticated, very wide, and people come every day, and they provide services 24 hours a day,
Round the
and
clock.
yes, 7 days a week.
What kind of things do you buy from that shop?
Yes, I along with my mother go there and buy some grocery items, for example, food, vegetables, and some beverages, and some bakery items as well.
Okay, we may move to part 3. As of your part 1 and part 2 performance, it's very good, and you shown great confidence and good extempore in your speaking. Now moving towards part 3, let's have some discussion. So what I would love to ask, that what type of a local business are there in your neighborhood?
There are many businesses, you can say, because we live in Lahore, and Lahore is a city of food. You can see a lot of cuisines everywhere in Lahore. There are dhabas and restaurants as well, so you can find all kind of eatery items.
Fabric shops, clothing shops,
Yes,
ranging
everything.
from children to adults,
Yes,
all
schools,
kinds of
colleges,
things,
and
school,
universities, everything.
Do you think that the local business are important for in a neighborhood that where you live? There might be some that kind of local businesses from where you can purchase things for your daily life affairs.
Yes, I think local businesses are also very important because you don't have to go far from your home, and the availability of different things, every household thing or everyday life things are very efficient.
Okay, Ruj, tell me, why do some people decide already in their early ages of life that they have to do some business? What is the reason behind this?
There are multiple reasons for it. First of all, some people's mind are not job oriented.
Job oriented, okay.
Yes, so they prefer to do
Their own
business.
individual business.
Yes. Secondly, pricing, earning is the major factor because you earn more than a job in a business. And thirdly, our generation or our education towards business is also high.
Do you
in
think
demand.
that are there some disadvantages as well to run or to start your own business?
Yes, I think there are, because with every advantage there's also a disadvantage. So the major disadvantage is the availability of efficient staff, loyal people, loyal staff. You're hard to find any person who is loyal to his job. Secondly, there are many other factors. For example,
Risk factor of a business.
Yes, there are very much risky.
It's good. Okay, what are the most important qualities as a good business person? Do you want to elaborate some points?
Business qualities, yes, there should be a good quality. For example, a business person should
Yes.
a business person should have
Strategy, planning.
Yes, there are many qualities. For example,
He should have to plan his business.
yes, strategies,
proper financial strategies.
Plus
Must keep in mind the risk factors of
the
the
economical
business.
conditions,
Yes,
the political conditions.
Obviously,
You have
that country
you have
or-
you have to cater those things also.
Yes. Okay. So, do you prefer that the people in Pakistan, or specifically the youth who have a background of economics and business management, must choose a business as their career rather than a job?
Yes, because our education is the more graduates from business are now towards running their own business. So I think it is important for them
To take some risks or to
take-
initiate some startups, and it
Yes.
would be quite encouraging for the youth as well to learn the hurdles of a business,
And-
opening something new or getting more experiences in life. Okay, a very straightforward question from as a representative of British Council. What do you think that things are needed to improve in the system of British Council
Okay.
regarding IELTS examination?
I think British Council is doing a very great job, and everything is quite balanced and good. The staff is well trained, but the only not disadvantage, but the price range that is very high as compared to the previous